Good morning. I am Ramanda Noble, the Director of Public Relations and Communications with the South Carolina High School League. It is my esteemed pleasure to welcome you to the 2023 Boys Soccer State Finalist Press Conference. With us this morning, we have coaches and players from classes 4A and 5A. Now, before we get started with our press conference, we bring in Commissioner Singleton to offer a few words on behalf of the South Carolina High School League.
Thank you, Romanda. Good morning. Congratulations. Great season. You are one of the selected few that are still playing. I know you're looking forward to this weekend. These games will be web streamed, so it could be shown all across the world. Show them how great ambassadors you are for the South Carolina High School League. You'll be our footprint. I'm so proud of you. I know you're proud of yourselves, and those that you represent are proud of you. Again, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Commissioner. And now let's meet our teams. From Class 4A, we have James Allen Charter High School, who is coached by Todd Robinson. Coach Robinson, please introduce us to your players.
Hello, I'm Todd Robinson. This is Ethan Lucky and Cade Reynolds.
Thank you. And they will match up against Riverside High School, coached by Scott Columbia. Coach Columbia, please introduce us to your players.
Good morning. I'm Coach Scott Columbia. I have senior Keegan Pace and senior Fabian Menendez.
Thank you so much. And competing in Class 5A, we have Clover High School, coached by Graham Stafford. Coach Stafford, your players, please.
Yes, ma'am. I have the absolute pleasure of introducing here my two senior captains. And on my left, I have Gavin Egan, and to the right, Andy Young.
Well, welcome on in. And finally, they will face off against Ashley Ridge High School, coached by Nate Harris. Coach Harris, the players, please.
All right, thanks for having us today. I've got my captain, Terrell Whitehead, and one of my other captains, Nate Keller.
Well, thank you all for those introductions, and we're going to sit back, relax, and have a good time today. And we will begin with each coach giving a brief summary of their season. And we will start with Ashley Ridge and Coach Harris.
All right, we've had, it seems to be a very long season, but very productive. It's a great group of young men. Many of them have played together for years, and it's a wonderful culmination of just a career in soccer up to this point. We have many moving on and going on to the college level, and we are going to return a whole bunch. So it's a great group of guys, and our season's gone very, very well so far, and we hope to continue it. Well,
thank you, Coach. And Coach Stafford from Clover, please, your thoughts on how you felt your season went leading up to the state finals.
Yes, ma'am. Well, it's been a season. Our record is 24-1 right now. We actually did face Ashley Ridge in a preseason tournament. They did beat us in a shootout, and Coach Nate knows all about that. So, we're looking forward to just a great contest, just a ton of respect between our two programs. And, our season has been great. That the playoffs, we kind of came good at the right time, scored a bunch of goals. Our offense has clicked where it needs to be. So, we're just very happy to be where we're at. And just like Coach, we're just going to make one more push.
Well, thank you for sharing that. And now we move on to our Class 4A participants. And Coach Columbia from Riverside, can you please provide us some thoughts on how you felt your season went?
Yeah, we've had a great season. Started off early in the year and continue to build on everything that we've been working on throughout the season. Just everything started to really click in the playoffs, and some fantastic performances by the boys. And thankfully, as all the coaches know, it's important to be healthy, and we're 100% healthy right now, so we're excited about that as well.
That's wonderful. Glad to hear that. And finally, Coach Robinson from James Allen, please provide your thoughts on your season.
Yes, ma'am. We've scheduled a very tough schedule this year. I feel like it's one of the toughest we've ever had, and the boys have risen to the occasion. We're able to take our chances against Myrtle Beach and against AC Flora, and really looking forward to playing Riverside, who's supposed to be the best. So I feel like that's a good culmination to the season.
Well, thanks for sharing that. And coaches, we'll come back to you. We're going to move on to your student athletes, and we're going to stay, with James Allen. The first question goes to Ethan. What has been the most meaningful or emotional moment of the season for you this far?
The most emotional moment of the season for me so far would probably be after a good win against a good Mary River team, Coach Robinson just sitting us down, telling us how proud he was And, you know, having a lot of respect for him and our coaching staff, that meant a lot to me.
Oh, glad to hear that. Well, congratulations on the big win. And for Kay, what would you say is something that is unique about or different about this season's team compared to last season when you made it to the Final Four?
We have a group of much younger players. We've had to mold them into what we need for the team, and doing so, I think it's created a really good team for us to work with and make it this far.
Oh, okay, well, thank you for sharing that with us. And now we move to Riverside. And Fabian, you have won back-to-back 5A state championships. What is different about this year's team compared to the previous state championship teams?
I feel like this year we have faced countless of adversities. Beginning the first this season, we started off with a record of 4-2, lost our first 2 games against very good opponents, Clover included in man. And just facing that adversity has made us into a team we have developed in the playoffs. So looking to continue that run.
Wonderful. And so Keegan, he talking about the adversities you faced, but what has the preparation been like for this year's playoff and the state finals?
Yeah, I think this year has been pretty much the same thing, but this year we got to step up as leaders, especially being seniors on the team and showing some of these young guys the ropes and just making sure they're doing the right things and making sure that they know that it's not going to be a walk in the park like the past couple of years, and we got to step up now and do our roles.
Oh, well, thanks for sharing that. And so we're going to go on to our Class 5A student athletes. And we'll begin with Clover and Gavin. What has been the key to success for your team this year?
I think the key for us this year has been just the overall camaraderie of the team. Like Coach has said, we've been up at 7 a.m. training every morning, whether it's raining, freezing, no matter what. And the whole season, there's been no backlash from the boys. Everyone's committed and everyone's been locked in, ready to do their job.
Well, that's good to hear, Coach. Good, you got them up early. Next question goes to Andy, and it's a 2-part question. So here we go. What is it like being in the state finals, and how did you feel winning the upper state on your home?
To be in the state championship, it's honestly unreal. Like, I've been waiting all high school. You know, we've gotten close before. We've been in the playoffs, but you know, now that we're finally here, I honestly don't know how to feel. It's so unreal.
And about the upper state, how'd you feel after upper state?
Scoring that goal and scoring 2 goals on our home field, you know, in front of a big crowd, felt amazing.
That is good. Take that amazing feeling with you into the state finals. And finally, last but not least, of course, we're going to hear from the student athletes, Ashley Ridge and Terrell. We're going to start with you. Was there a key game or an event that really launched your team to make the push to the state finals?
Definitely our one loss this season. Had a minor setback there, but the team working together and pushing through and just going on from there, the drive has catapulted us into a very good end of season, a very good state run.
Okay, and finally for Mr. Nate, what do you feel makes this team so special?
Well, we know we have great talent on our team, but talent means nothing without hard work. And every day we're together and we're working hard. And our attitude on and off the field really has pushed us to this point where we're at.
Okay, well, see, that was very painless. And those are actually all the formal questions we have from the group. But still have a couple more questions. During the press conferences, we like to give the viewers a little of the fun side of the participants. Not sure if you checked in on some of the other press conferences, but for both players and coaches. And so with that, I will start with the coaches. So coaches, need you listen up and be ready. It's going to be good for the fourth coach, but kind of tricky for the first one. And this is a question. The one thing I would love for you to tell the people watching is, if you were not coaching soccer, what other sport would you choose to coach? And we will start with the coaches from 4A. Coach Columbia, what sport would you coach?
Well, I've spent a lot of time in the past coaching basketball, so I would have to stay with basketball. It's very similar as soccer, and tactical and approach, and trying to build the kids up and having a method of playing. So it'd probably be basketball.
Okay, and Coach Robinson, same question.
I think I would go with bowling.
Bowling.
A talented bowler back in my day. We had a
That's
bowling team. Yeah, bowling.
Okay, bowling. Okay. Can you bowl? Really bowl?
Yeah.
I can't.
I mean,
Oh, you
I'm 200 when I walk in.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be
Okay.
200. It's
Then
just
your team,
how far above that can I go?
then your team should be pretty good, bowling team. Okay, I'm making note of that. And now to the 5A coaches, what sport would you choose? Coach Harris, who would you coach?
I actually, believe it or not, was a state champion wrestler in high school and wrestled Division I. I've been coaching soccer for over 20 years. When I even thought about coaching wrestling, my wife said absolutely not because of Christmas break. It's untouchable. So that's what I would be coaching, but I follow what my wife says very well.
Good for you. Good for you. And finally, Coach Stafford, what we have?
Well, definitely not wrestling. And I wouldn't want to pick one with him on Friday night. So now I know that I'm going to be a little bit calmer. Now, listen, I'm going to have to go with badminton. Yes, that well-known American sport. So badminton, I'm undefeated as a PE teacher at Clover High School in this very unorthodox sport. So I enjoy that in class. So that's what I'm going to go with.
Okay, badminton. So we have bowling, badminton, wrestling, and basketball. That's a different variety. Okay, so now athletes, it's your turn. I know a lot of athletes have some ritual at the beginning before each game. So I would like for each athlete to tell our viewers, what is your pre-game routine? And we will start with the athletes from class 5A in Ashley Ridge. So Rail and Nate, what is your pre-game routine? If you have one, some people don't have one.
I know I do. I get very set at home. It's every right suck on, every left suck on. And then when we get to the game, it's right foot first, left foot second. Then we get in a team huddle and we let Terrell do the talking.
Okay.
I just kind of do whatever. I don't really have a pregame routine. It's kind of whatever feels good in that moment. But I guess my pregame routine could be that I don't put on my shin guards until it's time to actually play, I guess.
Okay, so I'm gonna be at the game and I'm gonna keep my eye and see, and that's why I ask these questions, just to see how many routines I can remember you all doing. And now, Andy and Gavin from Clover, your pregame routine. Andy, let's go with you first.
I would say the only thing that I really make sure that I do before the game is I always eat a banana right before we go out of the locker room. That's like the last thing that I do.
But you still cramp up.
Yeah.
Coach can't tell Coach can't tell the secrets to everybody out there viewing.
Yeah. But other than that, I wouldn't say like there's a set thing, because I don't try to, have a set routine, because, if you throw it off, then that's all you're worried about.
Okay, Gavin?
Yes, ma'am. I kind of agree. I don't like to get into superstitions or anything like that, but I'd say one of the habits I have had over the years is I like to leave my boots unlaced until we get through dynamics and get into actual ball movements and things like that.
Okay. And now we're going to move on to our 4A athletes, beginning with Riverside and Fabian. Your pre-game routine.
Yeah, so usually I would get a haircut right in the morning and look sharp as sharp. And then usually before I walk out, I pray and I just go out there and enjoy myself. No need to put that extra pressure on yourself. You know how to play the game. You know how to enjoy the game. You've done it all your life. So that's the way I see it.
Absolutely. Keegan, you have any?
Yeah, I do. So I make sure I always put my right stuff on before my left stuff, and then always step on with my right foot with confidence and making sure I'm going into the game and just being ready.
Okay, right foot. Okay, got it. And finally, James Allen, it's your turn. Tell us your pregame routines. Kate?
Pre-game, we really get music going. We listen to a lot of Tool.
And finally, Mr. Ethan.
As a team, we normally take a walk, kind of relax and get the blood flowing a little bit before our team talk and warm-ups.
Well, thank you all for sharing just a little fun side of you all. So now when the spectators and fans and those watching on NFHS, they see it, they're like, oh, I remember, this is what they said they was going to do. And I would like to thank all of you all for your participation in this morning's press conference and definitely wish you well in the state finals. But before we go, let's run down how everyone can catch these teams in action at the state finals. The boys 4A and 5A games will be played this Friday, May 12th, 2023 at Irmo High School in Irmo, South Carolina. The boys 4A game between James Allen and Riverside will begin 25 minutes after the conclusion of the girls 4A game, which starts at 12 noon. And the boys 5A game between Clover and Ashley Ridge will begin 25 minutes after the conclusion of the girls 5A game, which begins at 5:30 p.m. Tickets for all state finals are digital and can be purchased at www.gofan.co/SCHSL. And additional information can be found on the South Carolina High School League's website at www.schsl.org. Once again, thank you all for taking time out of your day to come in and just indulge me for just a few minutes. And thank you all for viewing. And this concludes our press conference. Good luck, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
Good luck, fellas.
Thank you. Thank you.